Hey guys and gals, Aaron here with Functional Aesthetics EC. Today I just wanted to show you a quick warm-up routine you can do either before your workout or if you get up in the morning and like me today, you're just really tired, having a hard time getting going. It just kind of helps you get a little bit of energy after maybe you didn't get enough sleep or you had a really rough day the day before. And that's actually why I decided to do this video. So to begin with, you're just going to do what's called kind of a scooping exercise for breathing. Get a lot of oxygen into your body. You're going to do this as many times until the breathing starts to become like a little bit difficult, so just kind of go with the flow, and then we'll transition to the next stage. So it goes something like this. You're going to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart, or just slightly inside shoulder width apart. Slight bend in your knees. You're going to have your eyes closed and bring your hands up over your head, and as you do so, breathe in through your nose, and you can either open your eyes as you're pushing down or keep them closed, whatever's most comfortable for you. So again, breathing in through the nose, and you can do this a couple different ways. You can either, as you are breathing in over your head, distend your stomach, try to get in as much air as you are breathing in. Or what I like to sometimes do is to, as I'm breathing in, really suck in the stomach, kind of almost create a vacuum there, and then as you're breathing out, let it fill back up again. So you're going to do that, again, like I said, as many times until it just feels like it's getting a little bit difficult, or you're not really getting that good at breathing, and then you can transition into this stage. So you can just do like a squat like this. Keep good posture in the back, as straight as possible. You want to be kind of sitting into the middle of your feet. And you just sit there until you start to get a little bit tired, not exhausted, but a little bit tired. Then you stand up again and again. Do a couple more breaths, whatever feels good for you. And then you'll reach up over your head, cross your fingers together, reaching up overhead, take a couple of deep breaths, and then come down to the floor, put your feet out behind you, try to keep your heels on the ground if at all possible. Keep this position for a while, rock back and forth a little bit to stretch your hips out. And then from that position, you can bring your knee forward, stretch out the hamstring by straightening your knee out a little bit, and then go into a lunge position. From here, put your hands flat on the ground, breathe in and out, 3, 5, however many times feels good for you. Maybe work up to doing it as much as 20 times. And then you can either do the whole routine that I'm about to show you on one side and then switch to the other, or like I'm going to do today, alternate sides. So from here, you're going to switch, maybe do a couple breaths in the middle. And then you're going to transition to the other side. Really stretching out your hip flexors here, stretching out the hamstrings in the back. Continue to breathe. Rise back up, stretch that hamstring real good here, and then you can transition back to the middle, breathe again. Do that a couple times, however much feels comfortable for you. Then you come back to this side, and from here, a couple different things you can do. You can stand on one leg, have your hands down, which will provide more stability, or you can hold onto a wall, have one hand out in front, and just kind of balance yourself on one leg. Whatever you feel capable of doing that's not too straining. Again, continue to breathe throughout all these exercises, deep and slow. And then breathe in the middle if you feel like you need to. Another one you can do, instead of the over the top one, get into a kind of a staggered stance like this. Hands cross, bring them out, palms facing out, and you're going to breathe in real deep. open your chest up, and when you can't breathe in anymore, then breathe out slow, switch sides. Same thing, come back to the other side, and repeat the exercise on this side. Deep and slow, maybe 5 breaths, up to 20. And then maybe do a squat in the middle again. Do this deep squat, just stretch those hamstrings, get, the nutrients flowing and the blood flowing into the muscles. And then you come back to the other side. Lunge position again. Breathe in deep as you raise your hands over your head. Then from there, almost like you're fencing. Switch, repeat on the other side. And if you need to, from after doing that, do a couple slow breaths before transitioning to the other side. Now, sometimes after you've been sleeping all night, your thoracic spine up here, maybe your lower back might be tight. So, another good one to do is from here, it's called the cat and the cow. So, pretend you're arching your back like a cat, got scared. And as you do this, breathe out. And slowly extend your spine, lift your chin, breathe in really deep. When you can't breathe in anymore, hold it for a second. And then return to doing the cat. Do this up to 10 times. Then from here, you can transition into doing extension with the shoulder, extension of the hips, transition back and forth. And then you can do scapular push-ups, either from a full push-up position like this, or from knees bent position. Basically, you're just allowing your shoulders to sag down the middle, and then pushing straight back up. Keep your elbows locked out while you do this, or slightly bent, to keep the focus on the serratus muscles here, which will help with your scapula, keeping close to the spine. After you've done that, you can lay down, do an exercise where you reach above your head, make a Y position, keep your feet off the ground, come back to a T position. Alright, so after you've done the cat and the cow and the arm extension, shoulder extension, hip extension exercise, and then the scapular push-up. So we've just finished doing the scapular push-up, and we're going to go into kind of a Superman exercise. You're going to raise your feet off the ground, reach over your head with a Y, T, W, Y, T, W, and you can even hold it in different positions to get a little bit extra work there. That'll really help to build stability in your spine or in your shoulders, balance them out. A lot of times we have, especially if you have desk work or you do a lot of bench pressing in the gym, your shoulders might be a little overly developed in the front, which will cause rotator cuff problems later on. So from there, after you come up, all the way back, do a couple deep breaths. Back up here, then take one hand, reach underneath, and then reach up high. Got to get that twisting motion through the spine. Here, up high, and you can either alternate back and forth like I'm doing, or do them all on one side. And that should get you nice and warm, ready to meet your day. You can finish it off with some more breathing exercises like this. Or if you're running short on time, just do a couple of those, whichever ones are feeling tight. All right, hope that you guys found that helpful. We'll see you next time.